Know Your Candidate. Presented by Portland is Possible, broadcasted by XRAY FM. In this segment, we offer a brief background on the visionary candidates that are proudly standing and running for the acclaimed Portland Area City Council. For now, we have a candidate of District 1 that incorporates Lentz, Mill Park, Hazelwoods, and Park Rose neighborhoods.
I'm Debbie Kitchin, and I'm running for Portland City Council District 2.
The city center from inner southeast to inner southwest and the Albina district to south waterfront is the economic engine, not just for Portland, but for the state as a whole. In particular, taxes from this area support critical services statewide. How should the city council engage in keeping this engine running?
It's so important for the city council to be engaged in making sure our business and our economy is thriving. We need good jobs. And we need the taxes to support things like our schools and our parks. And so the city should be working to make sure that our city is thriving. That includes public safety, and includes businesses being able to operate, and our thriving small business sector. We are so wonderful in Portland with our neighborhood business districts. And that creates a fabric of culture and opportunity that is so important to our economy. And we just need to make sure that our small businesses can thrive.
How should the city support connecting cultural communities that have been displaced from rising housing costs and gentrification?
It's important that we make sure that Portland is affordable for everyone. We've had a lot of gentrification in the past. And some policies that the city has are very helpful. We have a north and northeast preference policy for people in affordable housing, that if you or your family members have been displaced and you did live in the neighborhood in the past, you have a preference for access to low-income housing. We also should make sure that we have good jobs in the city, and that we create, through increasing density, more opportunities for different types of housing that can be more affordable. We need to also make sure that we reduce our permitting times and other costs that add to the cost of housing, so that everyone can make housing affordable in Portland.
What investments in transportation infrastructure and related projects do you see as the city's highest priority?
Well, we have had a serious problem with traffic fatalities, and both for people biking, pedestrians, and driving. So we need to improve our infrastructure to make sure it's safer. Another very high priority for me is the Columbia River crossing. We need a bridge, the interstate bridge, to be replaced. It is far too old, and it's not going to be safe. And then for my district, we have, in District 2, we have some crossings over railroad cuts that are not safe in the event of an earthquake. And 30,000 people in St. John's would be stranded without access to supplies, without access to emergency needs. And we need to make sure that those crossings become earthquake safe.
What would or should the average Portlander's day look like in 30 years?
We really need to invest in our communities and our neighborhoods. Many people have told me that they don't feel safe walking down the street or going to the store in their neighborhood. So we need to make sure that people feel safe in the neighborhoods. They feel safe walking and going to their local parks. So the day in the life of Portlanders that I envision is that people are able to visit their local coffee shop, the businesses in their area, say hi to the owner that they've known for many years, and they can walk to their schools and parks and enjoy those community facilities and see neighbors and be part of the community that they live in.
The Central City is a large area of land connected by a river that includes communities, businesses, and transit needs. How should the City Council consider these diverse stakeholders in policymaking?
I think as we deal with a lot of the problems that we're facing in Portland, we do need to listen to all voices. And we are changing the way we vote in Portland. So we will have districts for the first time on our city council, and I'm very excited about that. It will bring more voices to the table and more opportunities for people to speak. And we should be listening, to stakeholders from residents, renters, homeowners, business owners, and the people who work and live in our community. We need to listen to everyone and bring together people so that we can work on our common solutions.
Lightning round. What's the most Portlandy thing you have seen this week?
This week I went to the Self-Enhancement Inc. homecoming party at Unthank Park, and it was just a great celebration with community, music, food, vendors. It was very fun.
Should the President Teddy Roosevelt statue come down?
I think this is an issue that needs a lot more community conversation, and that hasn't been happening. We need to reinstate that.
If you could wave a magic wand to make one thing happen in Portland, what would you do?
I would eliminate homelessness and eliminate housing insecurity and food insecurity.
If you had $5 million, what is one thing you would buy for Portland?
With $5 million, I would invest it in 2 community pools in my district, Columbia and Pier Park. Both pools have been closed this summer, and the swimming pools are places where community gathers, where families come, where children can learn how to swim. We need these facilities, and that's something much needed in my district.
What's a single word you would want to use to describe Portland in 30 years?
Vibrant.
So now you know your candidate, or a bit about them. We like to thank the visionary candidates, also like to especially thank all the volunteers and organizations that put this together. We couldn't do this without you. To look at each candidate, be a good Portland citizen, and to be a dashing and informed voter, listen to XRAY FM to learn about ballots and the new ranked choice voting system. And check out portlandpossible.org.